Construction Podcast, and on this episode we'll be dissecting the Construction Payments Adjudication Bill 2025.
We're very ready with the copies of the bill to just go through and share some of our insights as to what we think about the bill.
Yeah, guys, as you can see, this bill is not new. Other countries have the same bill, like Singapore, UK, and I think if it passes, we'll be the first country in Africa to have a construction payment adjudication bill. But we can do changes in the name, construction adjudication bill. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's really important for it being specifically for the construction industry. Because there are other adjudication acts like land adjudication, but now with this one specifically dedicated for payments regarding construction or any other issues regarding construction, I think this one will be quite welcome if it ascends into an act.
So suppose you're wondering what this bill about. The bill aims to provide some mechanism for solving the construction disputes, especially the payment disputes, in a more fast-tracked manner, without going through the old long process of going to the court back and forth. It also has some strict timelines to ensure that all disputes are sorted in a short period. We have to already cite.
So what we can say actually, adjudication has been practiced in the country and generally in East Africa for quite some time, but it has not been public and it has not been regulated, you can say. Yeah. But right now the team is working on that, the regulation of this, the adjudication in the construction sector. But also I want to tell you guys, most issues in the construction industry and payment issues are not mainly the core. They arise from other issues that lead to payments.
Payment disputes.
Yeah, payment disputes. So me, I was thinking, not even me, there's someone, an adjudicator called D'Souza. He was saying that this bill currently,
It's a bill.
Yeah.
As of the time of this recording.
It aims to solve payment disputes.
Yeah.
But payment dispute comes from other issues. So maybe we can change the name or we can practice it differently. But here we are. Let us first pass it, then we can see how it goes. Yeah.
So let's see what's being proposed in this bill. So one of the interesting things I noticed about the bill is it serves a wide range from how it defines the construction or the construction contract. For construction works, it's not only just about buildings, but includes the ranges of, let's say, roads, bridges, oil and gas projects, landscaping. So it's an all-inclusive bill for most of the trades in the construction sector. So that's a positive and a plus for it.
I think it's well described in part 1. I think part 1, where it describes construction works, as it means the construction, extension, installation, repair, maintenance, renewal, removal, renovation, alteration, dismantling, demolition of, and then it gives the examples that case I was just talking about. Actually I didn't know what an edifice is. I just saw it when I was going through the bill. So it describes the various, it's not just the typical traditional building. There's so many construction works which are defined under this particular bill.
Also, this bill comes into play, especially right now when we are taking on a vast, diverse number of projects. Because right now we've done the viaduct in Helsinki, the underpass. So such projects, if we have issues, this bill aims to solve them. Also, we are doing some this barabara in Talanta. What is the name?
Junction, around Junction.
Yeah, around
the
Junction.
Naivasha Road Overpass or overpass.
Yeah, the overpass. So
Mimi wa Thika Road I can't relate.
watu wa Thika Road hamwezi ona hiyo mambo. So also the first draft was actually stating about the provision of labor and also supply.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
another thing. Apart from covering the various scopes of construction we talked about, it also covers the many players who are in the construction game. That ranges from the suppliers, consultants, engineers, contractors, the clients as well. So,
Because if you look at the document, I think
Yeah.
it's on page 3,
page 3.
yeah, and part 1, preliminaries.
Yeah.
Construction, because now for something to be considered within the construction space, there has to be a form of a construction contract.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So and the construction contract it means an agreement to carry out construction works, procure the services of another person, and to the point you just talked about, provide labor or procure labor from another person to carry out the construction works.
Yeah, currently, I think if you're in the building industry, the building of maybe apartments, hotels, most contracts being awarded currently are labor contracts. Yeah, the developers are looking to supply the material.
Yes.
Then they give labor, they subcontract people to do the labor. Yeah. So this bill actually aims to solve issues that might arise during those things. Because currently, I don't think if we have the adjudication field, it was not that deep into that. Also for the supply, I think we've heard of cases where people supplied the county governments with building materials or labor, but people end up kujinyonga because they have not settled the debts or they don't know how they'll address that. So this is a cure. Also yes.
Includes the architects. See in here, for anyone who prepares an architectural design or conducts a survey, if you're going to site to just conduct a survey, also covered by this bill, and as well as consultancy, that being advising on the building, engineering, the interior decoration, exterior decoration, or laying out landscapes, anything that falls within that range. This bill going to cover in case of payment dispute or claim. So that's all under the how it defines a construction contract for this bill.
Yeah, also with the same on the same breath, in the case I'm saying about the architects, I think our mentor, the first thing he says, who is an architect? Who is a QS? Cap 525.
525.
So yeah, the consultants are also covered in this bill. It's an all-inclusive bill, so I think it will work. Yeah, so you can.
So I think for now we can just do, the intro part of it, just to have an understanding of the bill, and then in another video we will
dissect
about
the details, the execution,
the application of the bill,
and the service.
Maybe just out of sheer curiosity, if I ask you guys, have you experienced payments back and forth at your own construction sites? You guys are
no, it's never seamless. It's never. I think so long as there is a group of people dealing with money, there must be a dispute, a payment dispute, because everyone will always say, this is less, this is more, and there's an Arabic quote. It says, you trust in God, but tie your camel. So trust that everything will be okay, but know that something will go wrong. So make mitigations before it goes wrong. So I think payment issues are not new. Payment issues are not new in the construction sector. Most times, I think the most issues that arise are due to payment. So we should look at how we solve them, and how we can go on. Also, while we are solving them, because you see, you can't stop works because you have not mitigated your payment issues. So for me, I think I've seen quite a number, but we solve them in-house,
In-house.
because you know you work for a developer. The
Yeah.
developer, you have trust. For you to enter a contract with someone, you have trust. Also, JBC, the contractual documents, JBC, FIDIC, they also provide for mitigation.
Yeah.
In
No,
my,
sorry.
yeah, so in my case, I've seen such a dispute which involved a contractor and a supplier.
Mm.
So, you know, once a contractor, you keep getting materials from one supplier, you build your credit and the supplier trusts you more. So, in this case, one day the supplier gave out some materials, lots of cement, to this contractor to go and do his work. And now, when it came to payment, you know, the typical game started.
We call them
Person
hadith.
It took so long that when the contractor did not pay the supplier, now the supplier started shooting mails to the project list, like the project engineer, the resident engineer, to intervene, for the other consultants to intervene,
Yeah.
so that the contractor can settle the arrears of what was the fees in due. Yes, so I believe in such instances, those are the things that trigger such bills to be brought forward, and that's why we support such bills, so that we can have a fair process and a laid out procedure for a supplier to claim their dues for which are not been paid, instead of going to look for other parties who are probably not in that direct process, other consultants to intervene in the process.
Just to mention, while we are in this, we already described the various works that this bill intends to cover, which are more or less the works under the construction industry.
Yeah.
But there's a particular interesting statement here on page 5 and application of the act.
Yeah.
I think this is section 3.3.
You know, now we are discussing a bill, so you must sound like a lawyer.
Yeah.
section. You said section 3.
Section 3.3.
Section three
Some
clause
words.
three.
Clause 2. Yeah, you can go.
So, where a construction contract does not fall within the scope of this act by dint of subsection 2, the parties to the construction contract may
May.
oh no,
Optional.
optional. may
Eh?
may consent elects to have the payment dispute adjudicated under this act. So in essence, what it's trying to say is, because you've talked about the various construction contracts,
Yeah.
and typically they have their resolution dispute measures or ways in which to deal with disputes. But if that particular construction contract does not consider adjudication, both parties by consent may elect to have that payment dispute adjudicated by this act. So if that particular contract that they had did not acknowledge adjudication, they can still do, but it has to be mutually
By mutual
consented.
consent. Yeah, actually that reminds me, you know, when we were still at school, being told construction must be foolproof. You must make your documents so that even a fool can come,
Should understand.
read and understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the contracts that we get into, most times we use the JBC in Kenya, and maybe for international works we use FIDIC. Yeah. They provide for alternative dispute resolution methods. Beforehand, before even you go to when you are signing, the happiest moments of this marriage, of this contractual marriage, FIDIC provides for the alternative dispute resolution methods. Because it preempts that you guys will have issues, especially during the works. So I think that point in our tilia mkazo, they need for you guys to have mutual understanding and also to pick the best method for alternative dispute resolution. Also you can read subsection 2 of the same application, so that it supports this. despite subsection 1, this act shall not apply to a construction contract whose term to provide a procedure other than adjudication for the payment disputes or adjudication of the payment disputes other than provided under this act. Yeah, and also for people, just so that people can have more confidence in the alternative dispute resolution. There was a case in Tanzania during the Magufuli era.
Yeah.
It was, I think, $40 million, and the case.
Yeah.
I think they were doing an airport.
What's the project value?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they solve it using adjudication. But for most contracts, especially the international contracts, they say you can't publish such information. That's private. It's sensitive to the contract. So people should have more faith in adjudication. Alternative dispute resolution. Most times, if there's a case, people will just run to the court.
Yeah.
They don't trust it in alternative dispute resolutions. But yeah, it's coming up. People are taking it up. Yeah, it's good. Then also this, I think, the highlight for me, for this bill, actually is the way that it has scheduled. It has also incorporated the processes of construction. You see, like how you pay, the payment claim, the payment schedule. You see, how do you put it in your cases, or maybe in your systems, because that is part of this bill.
Yeah.
Maybe Kaisa, you can take us through the payment claim and schedules.
Yes, so for the payment schedules and claims, that's ideally how on the application part of this bill.
Oh, so then cut.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's one still under part 2. Let's look at section 5.
Section 5.
Yeah. So section 5 discusses the payment claim and payment schedule.
Yeah.
So for such cases we've mentioned about now. For example, let's use a case between the contractor and the client. The contractor and the client. So on a typical construction contract, the payment process usually, the contractor issues a payment claim. The client raises a payment claim for the client to reimburse money for the works done.
Yeah.
So once the contractor raises the payment claim, now it's upon the client to come back to the contractor and issue back a schedule of payment, or a payment schedule outlining how you should do the payment. Yeah, and the schedule of payment under section 5.5, one interesting thing is the schedule to pay upon receipt of the payment claim issued. The other party, now that being the client in our case, shall respond by providing a payment schedule or a schedule to pay less within 21 days from the date of receipt of the payment claim. So ideally, what this bill means is that the client can go back to the contractor, accepting to pay the amount that was claimed, or issue a schedule to pay less if they are not in agreement of the amount, or if the client does not agree the amount that the contractor
is
claimed.
asking for.
Or is asking for. Yeah, so in that regard, if they don't come up to terms in which they agree, that's when now they can trigger the use of the adjudication bill. Yeah. So under section 6, it upon receipt of the schedule to pay less, the initial party shall. So these are the options that the contractor has. Accept in whole the amount in the schedule to pay less. So let's say the contractor, Victor, you asked me for 500,000.
So in this case, Victor is
the contractor.
Ujenzi
number moja.
Mr. Contractor.
Yes.
You issue a payment claim of 500,000. And from my own records, I know I owe you at least 300,000. So I'll revert back to you with scheduled to pay less.
Yeah.
And so in that case, the option that you have as per the bill under section 6, you can accept in whole the amount in the schedule to pay less, or accept in part the amount in the schedule to pay less, accept the whole amount or accept part of it, or now the third option, now which is the interesting part, is you can reject the amount in the schedule to pay less. And once you reject, well,
automatically
we come to this.
we go to
we shall come to this mandatory.
mandatory. So I
Yeah.
think in the next video we can now discuss, supposing now Victor has said I've rejected the
Yeah.
300K.
Nimekataa hiyo kama
Nimekataa hiyo.
contractor.
So what is the fate of the client and the contractor, which we will discuss in our next video. Thank you and see you there.
Adios muchachos.